made me my entire life. And for years, I never understood why. It used to really bother me. But then one day, I was driving my little boy to school, and I saw this quote by Walt Whitman. It was painted on the wall there. It said, "Be curious, not judgmental."
Great moments are born from great opportunity. And that's what you have here tonight, boys. That's what you've earned here tonight.
Beyond the Bench with Brad Payne and Matt Briggins right here on 102.7 The Game.
Tonight, we skate with them. Tonight, we stay with them. And we shut them down because we can. Tonight, we are the greatest hockey team in the world.
It's Beyond the Bench, 102.7 The Game, brought to you by the Green River Area Federal Credit Union. Vic Evans with the two stars of the show, Brad Payne, Matt Briggins, and guys, you made it through Snowmageddon, but I mean, not a lot of basketball being played. Before we get to, I know we got some things we got to talk about, but when you had all these days off where there was no games to go to, there was no games being played, what'd you do?
Well, you know, my coaching career has kind of changed anyway.
Right, has.
So it was a lot of nothing, even more of nothing. And really, though, I think we talked about it before. It was a good time, but it's a bad time. And we showed why it was bad for a team that really was rolling, because I don't think we put forth our best effort, against Catholic the other night. And Catholic had a lot to do with that, but it's one of those things to where there's, as far as my day job goes, the day job, kept on going. Okay. And those are actually pretty good days for the day job, because we do sell ice melt, by the way, and we're the only one that have it. But that's neither here nor there.
I need to talk to you after the show, Brad.
I've got plenty of salesmen that are ready right now to take your call. But it was a whole lot of nothing, and I was really disappointed to hear that the girls will be at the house again tomorrow for.
Oh, I know that's tough. And how about you out there in Ohio County? Because I mean, at least we live.
Are you all out too tomorrow?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at least we're in the more of the city. They get more of the roads cleaned off. Than one, I think people don't realize how big, area wise, Ohio County is. Like, it's like the 5th or 6th biggest county in the state.
Yeah,
it's monstrous. And some of those roads may not be clear till May out there in Ohio County. But what have you been doing? Have you and your wife made up now, because you have to spend more time together? Is that what it is?
I've been doing a lot of self-reflecting and read some books by some
Eat, Pray, Love.
Very powerful women, and no,
you have.
No, not at all. Watch some Newsmax. I watched a lot of Newsmax. If you like conservative news, I would choose Newsmax over Fox News.
Okay.
All right.
So I like Newsmax.
I've watched it. I try to steer clear away from any of it.
Every now and then, I'll just dabble at CNN just to get a good laugh and see what they're saying over there. But no, I've been
piss everybody off.
That's what I do.
One Beyond the Bench who may just have like a political show.
I would love that.
I would love to be a part of it.
Well, you pick the other side.
Call in. I would love that.
I'll do this. I'll just stir it.
No, I've watched a lot of shows, watched a lot of film. But here's the thing: you can only watch so much film before you start losing your mind and tinkering with things and like, I should do this.
We start seeing all the bad in you.
Getting mad.
Yes.
And so I played a lot of college football.
Okay.
I'm Wyoming, doing a great job.
You called me.
Made it to the playoffs. Yeah. I'm a better player. You had better talent than me, but
I admitted that.
Yeah, it happens.
Kind of like what's on basketball.
Your team was terrible.
It was terrible. They were bad. I've ate a lot. Listen, I've gained some weight, guys, over this.
Oh, again?
Yes, I've got to go on a diet. But here's the thing: like, you wake up in the morning, and you're not. Well, I can't practice. We finally got our first practice in today.
Okay.
Can't practice. My wife's still working. She works from home. All right. So
you get to hang out together a lot.
Yeah. It's been great. And so we're, I'm thinking like, well, what am I have for breakfast? And then I cook breakfast.
Did you talk to her about that breakfast?
Yeah, we talk about it, and I cook breakfast, and then I get done with breakfast. I'm like, well,
it's lunchtime.
what we're gonna have for lunch? And then I need a snack, and next thing you know, you've eaten 2,800 calories, and you haven't done it.
It's not even 3 o'clock
You've
yet.
took 15 steps.
I started
awful.
mayor of Kingstown.
I've seen that.
Okay.
I've seen that.
And I'm so during Snowmageddon, I started it. I wanted something that was like 4 or 5 seasons, and started that. I mean, I really, really like it.
I got a good show for both of y'all. Y'all got to
I've
watch.
got one for you too. What's yours?
It's only like 6 episodes. It's on Netflix. It's called His Hers.
No, I've seen that on there, but
Caden said something
murder
about that.
mystery. It is phenomenal. It's great.
All right.
I started the.
Is it realistic, or am I going to have to like deal with dragons and shit?
No, there's no
dragons.
dragons involved. There's a show on HBO that has some dragons in. I'm going to start watching Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
It's in between the prequel and
Yes.
Game of Thrones.
I
It's in
haven't started
between
yet. I
there.
may start that tomorrow.
I will tell you a good one out there, The Hunting Party. It's an NBC show. They have one season out with 10 episodes. I think they're in like episode 4 in the second season. It's kind of a wild premise, but they have this. There's a prison that is built into what used to be nuclear silos out in Iowa or Nebraska out there.
Okay.
And there was an explosion there. But what they did is all the serial killers throughout the history that you thought were got the death penalty. They put them in this prison and studied them, and it's a lot of them re-escaped into the thing.
like that.
And
What's it called?
It's called The Hunting Party, and they have this
It's on NBC.
Yeah, but you can get it
Can
on.
I get it on Hulu?
I don't know if you can get it on Hulu.
No,
you
if
could
it's
probably get it on
NBC, it's
Peacock.
stupid
or-
Peacock.
Yeah, it's on
Nah,
Peacock.
I don't have Peacock anymore.
It's really good.
Got rid of Peacock.
It's really good. And then Jack Ryan, the new Jack Ryan's about ready to come out.
Yeah,
too.
I
The
can't wait
last
to see
season, I
that.
can't
And
wait.
Lincoln Lawyer's getting ready to come out.
Yeah, those are 2 good shows. Jack Ryan's one of the best. Like season 1 of Jack Ryan and season 3 and
I've
season
watched
4 are
Stranger
tremendous.
Things. Me and my wife are watching Stranger
I'm not a
Things.
Stranger Things
Oh,
fan.
it's great. How's it
And
stupid?
It's just not.
Have you
not
heard of a
realistic.
Demogorgon?
No,
That's
I've
what I'm
never heard
saying.
of that.
Yeah, it's overrated.
It's dumb. And I am going to start the Justified. Though.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
am 100%
You need that
going to start
on Hulu.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
gonna
you definitely do that. I caught a lot of flack on Live at 5 because we were doing most overrated movies and TV shows of all time, and my top on movies, I think at number 2 was Forrest Gump. I mean, it's a great movie,
like
but
Forrest
it's so
Gump.
overrated.
Wow, how could you not?
I
And
didn't like it
number
either.
2 and number 1 for TV shows were Friends, so overrated,
I don't like Friends.
and Breaking Bad, so overrated. Absolutely
I
overrated.
couldn't get
never
into-
watched
I
it.
couldn't get into Breaking
I
Bad.
can't get over
tried.
5 episodes. That's how overrated
watch
it is.
the-
I
Breaking
tried.
Bad
I
either?
can't get into it.
Come on, guys. Yeah.
Like
That's-
you can cut out like half the
why
shows.
did you not finish it?
Because
I
it's
didn't like
terrible.
it.
It's boring and slow. Like you can take out like half the shows every season.
Did
It'd
you
probably
see a
be
lot
a
of
good show.
yourself in
But
Breaking Bad?
I am a chemistry major.
there you go.
Hey, and the way things have gone sideways a little bit. I mean,
May have to bring out the chemistry again.
The blue
I tell you,
ice.
Talking about going sideways, and I will say this because I go in. I hadn't called a game in forever, and ended up calling like 7 games in the last 4 days.
Yeah.
Been busy, but
You've
I
had
walked
some good ones.
Yeah, I did. I walked into the Sports Center on Friday because we had Catholic Davis County. We had it on 2 stations. You had it
Yeah.
on K News for Catholic, Game of the Week on LME. I walk in there, and I mean, you guys are absolute stars of the Sports Center, and I think it's gotten bigger since your whole ordeal.
Yes.
Because I mean, they rolled out the red carpet for you.
It was amazing. And I'll say this before we get into the main event of how much we're liked and loved. Catholic was, we told the story as best as we could, and the best that I can about what happened or what really didn't happen. To be honest with you, the more I think about it, it's less of what happened and more of what really didn't happen.
Right. Or other agendas that happen.
Correct. And no matter how you slice it, like I said, I'm not playing victim on this. But the Catholic fan base, the adults, even the administration, like people were coming over to me. It wasn't one of those things to where like you got a nod of the head and hey, sorry and all this stuff. Like they were genuine.
They
And
made a point to come see you.
It was sincere, and I went up to Ben, who I consider a friend, the AD at Catholic, and just really thanked him. They said it, but both of them said it. They were like, we don't need thanks. That's just how we feel on things. So I don't know how to thank a whole fan base or a whole community or anything like that, but I will say this: between Ohio County and the Catholic people, that they really could have gone all in.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And they didn't. They chose not to. And I don't know. All I can say is thanks for that, because I thank you more for Natalie than myself, because I don't care. I never have about what people say or think or anything like that. But I do care what Natalie thinks and says. And she was born in Hancock County, no matter how you slice it.
Right.
And that's close enough to Brett County to where you're redneck.
There's that famous song out there, "Rednecker Than You." Listen, in the Payne family, you're not even close to being the most redneckish.
I'm not.
And it's not remotely close.
And Natalie doesn't show it, but she has that in her that can and look, Coach, you worked with her. You worked with the whole family, so you've seen it come out. But I think the main event is Kathy.
Cindy.
You gotta get the name right.
That's what I said.
She said that you got her name wrong several occasions. I said, listen, I understand. Yes, I tried working with him.
Here's the deal. I'm not a big deflection, and I don't like making excuses. I have known her, obviously, I have known her for many, many, many years, but never knew her first or last name. I asked Stephen A. and Vic. They said Kathy.
I got it wrong.
I'm starting to doubt myself. It is Cindy, right?
I think so.
I know it's Cindy. I know it's Cindy.
I'll say this. No matter what your name is, she's the best fan we have.
She's the number one fan of Beyond the Bench.
And it's not close.
And after I said what I did about women, she still came up and talked to me.
That's amazing.
It is.
She loves you.
You showed up and they had like Diet Pepsi waiting for you.
I don't have that. I don't get that red carpet treatment.
You don't have the face that he has.
Am I the hated one?
I think so.
I will say this. Off to the side, I did talk to her, and she got me the Diet Pepsi, and that was much appreciated. She knows how much I enjoy my Diet Pepsis, and she got it for multiple reasons. One, she had some sympathy for me. She knew I was coming in there as a parent only, and not a coach, and so she felt something. But off to the side, she was like, I don't know how you do it. I don't know. She was like, I know what you've gone through and everything, and I feel bad, but just coming in on Sundays or Mondays, whenever you all do this, I don't know how you do it.
Well, listen. Let's be honest. With what you go through, the whole Davis County ordeal, is a lot easier than what you go through every weekly on this show.
If anybody thought that I, had a lot of heart pain and stuff through Davis, you have no idea how my life truly is with this over here. I mean,
I think it's a great combination.
I live a wonderful, blessed life for how many ever hours there are in a week, minus the 2 hours that I'm here. Everything else is golden.
Well, how were you treated when you walked through? Did you get a Diet Pepsi?
I did not get a Diet Pepsi. We talked for a while, and she's like, I should have got you something to drink. But she's sweet. She's been there for so long, and she's like, I let all your crew in, Barker and all that. And we're talking about Barker needs to run for mayor in Owensboro. He knows so many people, but.
Very quietly, and I very quietly, because I was watching today. I was over, calling Catholic in the All-A semifinals this morning at 8:00 in the morning, and in the championship game. But then I got there early, so I was able to watch the last boys semis, and it was Newport versus who was Newport playing? I can't even remember
Lyon,
now.
no.
Yeah, Lyon County.
Yeah.
It was a great game. Newport's coach is well worth the price of admission just to watch him. I don't know how he talks after the game, but he had a funny line in the game.
Yes,
and I think it got missed over last week. The line in his game was, and he didn't say it directly to an official. It was after a call that he didn't like as he turned around, but he said it loud enough where everybody could hear it. And he was like, I hope your car breaks down on your way home, which was funny. I thought that was great. But it made me think that I don't think it was enough credit. I don't remember if it was you said it or if you said Barker said it. Whenever you looked over and said, hey, we've tried zone, we've tried man-to-man, we've tried this, what do you want to do? And he said, let's pull the fire alarm. That was one of the best lines I've heard. Like that got glossed over in last week's show.
I
that was
really
absolutely tremendous.
Yeah, that's a
Was
good
it
one.
Barker that said that?
I think we both kind of agreed to let's pull the fire
Let's
alarm.
just pull it. Get it. That was great.
Well, I have a sign for them that we ever have to do this, like to go down.
like they do.
Grab your arm and fall. Yeah,
like they used to do against Oregon when they were running the no huddle.
If he has to, he's ready.
Do you got to like the arm grab everything?
Yeah,
so you think it's hard?
He's going to go down, and then we'll just see how it plays out from there. So.
Well, you should have probably pulled it at Davis County in that game right there. But
well, I mean, I wish Davis would have shot
remotely like
Catholic
we did
against us, because it probably would have been a little different game.
It's been an awful week.
They
no, you could tell both teams, and that's what I worry about. We played Muhlenberg Tuesday, and we just practiced today.
Well, luckily that game means absolutely zero
for us. It does, but well, I mean, my hatred, for Muhlenberg is at an all-time high, and like I break out a rash when I cross the line over there.
I'll say
Central City, like they got a hit on me. I think in Central City.
We talked about
if that job ever comes open, are you going to reply for it?
Muhlenberg?
Yeah.
No, I'd rather coach badminton.
Well, you could maybe take it for a year and just absolutely destroy it.
Kenny Payne.
Right.
No, I couldn't even.
You couldn't even do that.
Listen, the thought of wearing a Muhlenberg County shirt makes me want to vomit.
Well, yeah, I know how you feel.
I didn't mean to step on it, but it just popped in my head.
We talked about this off camera, even some on the air after our game. I don't think it's any secret if you've got a pulse and you know anything about basketball that there's not a ton of ways to beat us, right? And there needs to be a certain game plan going through, and Coach Briggs alluded to it, that one of the things is you're probably going to have to limit possessions, and Catholic did that. There were times where they were making 7-8 passes before they even looked at the rim.
Well, they're running Chin and Princeton the whole entire game too. But.
And look,
they did some good things. They missed a lot of layups.
I will say,
they pulled Jaw up and caused some bad door.
I will say, calling the game too, it looked like when there would be stretches where y'all have to go play a minute 30 of defense. Get a stop, and instead of just going to play offense, y'all try to score 10 points on that one possession.
Every time. We get we're so used to. I predicted the score at not the exact score.
You missed about a point. I think.
Yes, I said at the end of the first quarter, it's going to be 15-7, and I think it was 16-8.
I had 15-12.
Yeah,
that was my first score.
I knew it was. I felt like it was going to be 8 points, and what I had told Vic and some other guys, I was like, the problem with our kids is they look at an 8-point quarter as, that's awful. But you multiply that before, you got a slow running clock getting ready to start.
Right.
That's a 32-point game.
It's hard to see.
They can't look at the 8 that you gave up. They want to look at, we only scored 15.
Well, that's like when we play in McLean County. It's the same. We want to play fast, and we ran. I told you we were going to run with y'all. It's regular season game. We're going to run. And we want to play fast, so McLean slows it up against us. And then what happens is you start getting a little fidgety and little edges. We shoot a lot of threes and like to play fast. So, that's why I'm looking forward to a shot clock.
I agree.
I'm looking forward to it.
I agree.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm all in on a shot clock.
And I'm not big on I don't agree that we should start all in just like college. I truly believe it should be 45. It never will be, so it doesn't matter.
We got 30, 35.
But then I go and look, and I'm like, if you can't get a shot off in 35 seconds, that's a you problem.
Yeah.
So, I get it. I do. But I just don't like when we do something, I don't like adopting something that the colleges are doing right then and there. Like, let's ease into it a little bit, but it doesn't matter.
I'm ready. I'd do it next year. We're going to try to get ours next year. It's kind of the plan. And
yeah,
maybe
I wish everybody, but it has to be a regional thing, right? You and I talked about this.
Yeah, it has to be a regional thing, but we can, if we get the shot clock, we can host a shot clock Christmas tournament.
I love that idea.
Where everybody agrees to it and play with the shot clock.
Now, if the region agrees, can the region play with the shot clock?
The 6th and 7th are.
Yeah, they are. Okay, they already do it.
I think you have to have. I don't think it can be majority on the shot clock. I think it's got to be unanimous.
Yeah, I literally think everybody has to do it. Yeah. Well, you have to because everybody's got to have
a shot clock.
Right.
Yeah, but you can't force somebody to have a shot clock. It's not the case to say mandate until.
Yeah.
As we get into February, I'm just curious: is the Olympics are getting ready to start?
I didn't know that.
I
was going to say, do y'all enjoy the Winter Olympics at all?
I like the what are they?
Curling,
sweep,
curling. I like curling.
Is
Hockey.
that where they sweep?
Yeah, with the Stones.
Makes no sense.
The NHL is going to take their break. This is the last week of the NHL. Then they take a break because the NHL guys are playing in the Olympics with their home teams. And that's
so those
always
guys can play in the middle and not have any problems with it. But we go crazy in the NBA if they.
Can't stand watching.
Well,
the
I mean,
figure skating.
because you can't have the problem they would have in the NBA in the middle. Well, they play in the Summer Olympics, but I'm always worried about they get to go medal game. They'll have like a load management game and sit out.
That's what I'm saying.
Hockey
So
doesn't
soft.
worry about that, But so you're not big Olympic guys. You're not like a skating guy or a skiing guy. You don't like the downhill the skiing.
No, I think the winner of the Olympics is the worst.
You don't like the luge or the bobsled?
Don't know what I know what the bobsled. I don't know what a luge is.
No, the only thing that I know about a bobsled is that Cool Runnings Jamaica had a team.
There you go.
We
That's
talked about that one time.
good. That's a good movie too. It is a
But
good
no,
movie.
I'm not a big Summer Olympics is not bad. I like the track and field events and different things, but like who wants to sit around and watch ice skating or speed skating? I mean, I like the curling. I don't know anything about it.
Well, it's just like
I wish I knew more about it.
But
what I-
shuffleboard, right?
What I
It's like
like about
shuffleboard
it is
on ice
you
in a
got
way.
non-athletes that are playing an Olympic sport.
There you go.
Kind of like disc golf.
Oh, wow. Hey, that's for you disc golfers out there. He's saying you're non-athlete.
And the producer that probably signs our checks.
Yeah, he's a big
Well, the
disc golfer.
producer, he's a good athlete. I've seen him.
It's taken away from it.
Yeah, Kentucky.
Well, you're the one who wants to go pro in disc golf.
I will be. Hell, I got time.
You got more time
You
now.
got to work on your disc golf game now?
As soon as the weather gets nice, I've got my afternoons free
A true
now.
disc golfer would be out there in the snow.
I know. Edging through it, I'd lose it.
There you go. I mean, Kentucky beats Arkansas in a big game. Louisville gets a big win against SMU.
I haven't watched Louisville. I really struggle to watch college basketball.
It's a little difficult, isn't it?
It is.
It's been
And I
difficult
hate
for me because of the turnover. You don't see, this kid's really good this year. I can't wait till next year because you never know anymore if they'll be there. But you're right. I don't know all the players' names, and that really affects things because if you don't know who you're cheering for. But Louisville, I think they are who they are.
Kelsey's come under some fire. Do you think that's fair or
They're not.
unfair?
He's a victim of his own success. But listen, I know there's a lot of money paid for those kids there.
There he is, guys. But let's just look at this, for example. And I tell people this all the time. When you get to that level and in the pro level, like when there's some totally incompetent coaches. Kenny Payne wouldn't be a good high school head coach.
No.
Okay. But when you're talking about that level, so like you get rid of. So let's say if Louisville and Kentucky both after this year gets rid of Kelsey and Pope, who are you going to get?
Yeah.
Who are you going to get?
No, I'm not saying.
Say Kentucky wants to bring Patino back. I mean, Patino, great coach. Well, he's getting older. I mean, he's struggling.
He's got all the money in the world at St. John's, and they're still. He just refuses to.
Who do you get? But here's the reality of it is, we got to adopt the fact that coaching is just difficult.
Yes.
At every level.
And winning is
difficult, and it's about Jimmys and Joes. And those coaches that takes those Jimmy and Joes, they can make them good to great to outstanding, or average to good, whatever.
Yeah.
That's what coaches do. But like it's a tough. It's a margin of error is very small. So like we always talk about, look at the NFL, the retreads going on and who people are hiring. I'm like, so you're going to fire this guy to hire this guy.
Thought about you the other day that
Of course
the
you
Bills hired Brady and he's not going to call plays.
But what got him to where he needed to be?
Yeah.
His ability to call plays.
And hired the offensive coordinator, and he was a defensive guy.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't see that.
Broncos guys.
Yes.
Well-
Tell me in what world does that make sense?
Well, the one that's the dumbest of the whole thing is the Browns. You know, you don't have. They
all backed out.
No. But here's the thing: you had the young offensive minded coach you wanted, Stellhouse, out of was it San Francisco,
Yep.
and then you went to him and said, okay. We want to offer you this job, but it's got to be your DC's got to be Schwartz. And he's like, I'm not saying he won't be, but I'm not guaranteeing it.
Right.
I want to look at I want to look and interview my staff. And so they said, well, never mind. We're not going to take you. And then you go hire Monken. And Schwartz is like, hey, you didn't give me the head job, I'm out. Like, it didn't make any sense to me.
I don't understand why they hired Monken.
I don't either. I mean, if you couldn't win
with Lamar Jackson, how are you going to win in
you had Lamar Jackson
Cleveland.
and Derrick Henry and couldn't make your offense work.
That's my point, though. So we talk about Pope and talk about Kelsey. You know, it's especially in the world we live in now, the days of like the Tom Izzos of the world and the John Woodens and the Denny Crums and the Adolph Rupps,
It's over.
those are gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
With the turnover and the way players are, and you can talk about load management in the NBA all you want. There's some load management that's going to start happening in college basketball. It already has. And so it's just like, who are you going to get? Like, it's just... And you talk about Kelsey. Kelsey, look at his record against top 10, and he hadn't won an NCAA tournament game. But he brings excitement, and it's just it's tough.
Yeah,
it's a tough profession.
It is. College basketball, and I'm like you, because I see it at the D2 level a lot because of Wesleyan.
Right.
Like the GMAC right now is a jumbled mess with a lot of really good teams. But then, you look at these teams, and they are so different than what they were last year because even at the Division II level, there's guys trying to move to D1, there's guys in the portal. You don't see a guy where you bring a freshman in and, maybe you redshirt him or he doesn't play a lot, but you're progressing. And, you can see it in your future. We talk about Tavion Williams at Wesleyan right now that if they can keep him around, the future is really bright. But that's a big if.
You have to re-recruit him.
Yeah,
starting now
every time. And you were talking about coaching and the whole thing. I've got to ask you guys because there was a report out there. And I'll just get your thoughts on this real quick. There's a report out there that Rutgers last year in athletics, their athletic department lost $80 million. Yeah. Is this whole new world of these Power Four, and you now got Rutgers in the Big Ten, you got UCLA in the Big Ten, you got Stanford in the Atlantic Coast Conference. I mean, if they're out there and they're losing this money, is it really that sustainable?
Well, you can't sustain
You almost got to go back to small conferences.
Yeah. Yes. But you've got like this thing with the paying, and I'm for it. I'm for it to a certain extent.
I'm getting where I'm not.
We've got to get control of that first because that's why they're losing.
Well, there's a lot more that goes into just
but
that.
it starts at the foundation of paying
the
players.
Facilities are building, and they'll hire a coach not to pay them $35 million to fire them. But then what they're going to do is they're going to go and jack up the tuition, and they're giving out less financial aid and less scholarships to the average students.
But all of this starts
that need the financial aid, that need that money.
With $22 million, you're paying the
foundation starts with paying players to win games. And you can work all the way up from there. And everybody's
one of these problems, doing it, but like they're not winning games, though.
I agree.
So where does it stop?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, let me ask you
got to
this.
have rules on it.
Do you think that some of these, that sports in a lot of these institutions are kind of like the gas station and the loss leader of your business? Because you look at what Alabama did when they hired Saban and he wins. Like they were saying, it doesn't matter what we pay Saban. Look at the number of people that applied to Alabama. Like it's skyrocketed, which is now more money coming in.
You're not seeing that. You're not seeing that anymore.
But, and here's the reason why. Because you can't predict what's going to happen from year to year because this thing is so out of control. Because you can leave, or hell, you can go hire a G League guy to come in and take your spot in the middle of the year.
Look at Lane Kiffin. I mean, a lot of Ole Miss football. He bolted to LSU, and they're in the playoffs. But here's the thing, though: when are these universities going to realize they're jacking up the prices for average students?
Well, I've never understood why They are. No, you're right. But I never understood. I mean, I can remember when I applied to go to UK, it was like $2,700 a semester. Now it's like
$27,000.
It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. But like I've always thought it was so weird, and I know they have these rules and stuff. But like I'll give Vanderbilt credit for this. If you're an athlete there, even before, like in baseball, when there was only 11.7 scholarships, through their money they had in their endowment and stuff, those guys were going there for free. They were a school that had like 36 baseball scholarships. They were the only one.
Yeah.
Like Rutgers, I looked this up. Rutgers has an endowment of $2.58 billion is in the Rutgers endowment. $2.58 billion.
You're living off the interest.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand. Like I do think sometimes I do think sometimes there's some rounding errors, and they don't. It's like Major League Baseball owners who say they're losing money every year, but they keep owning a multi-billion-dollar franchise.
Here's the problem too, and I know it's getting a little bit from sports. I'm just going to say it. So you're paying all these people money, right, to play, and then we got these kids. We're telling all these kids you've got to go to college. And I'm not saying don't go to college. I mean, I got a master's degree,
but it's also not for some people.
It's not for some people. So you got these people spending all this money, and What's your degree in? European women's literature. Well, good luck finding a job. You'll be working at Best Buy or Starbucks.
Yeah, you can take out those loans and the student loans, and you got
$55,000, and you're majoring in European women's literature.
Why'd it have to be women's literature?
No,
that's the first thing that came to mind.
I'm sure it was.
We gotta go to break.
We gotta get to break. When we come back, we'll get our.
What are you gonna do with that degree?
We'll get our Canty Dairy Queen list as you're listening to Beyond the Bench.
Yes, you go protest.
1027 The Game. It's Beyond the Bench, 1027 The Game, brought to you by the Green River Area Federal Credit Union. Vic Evans with the 2 stars. Brad Payne on my left, Matt Briggins on my right. The women hating Matt Briggins, that's all we know anymore.
Women's European literature.
Out of nowhere, he pulls that out. But before.
I told you I read some books.
He did. I bet you didn't read that one.
Yeah.
Well, it's a field. It's a study. Okay. It's a field of study that you can just go and
a lot from it.
Grasp some knowledge and really expand your horizon in European women's literature.
Well, let's get to why they're still our sponsor. Let's talk about your great partners.
I have no idea.
At Hawkins Abney. Tell me all about them, Brad.
Hawkins Abney PLLC is a full-service architectural firm founded in 2022, providing design services for academic, business, healthcare, hospitality, industrial, and mercantile projects across the state. They're located in Beaver Dam, so give Jeremiah or Kyle a call, 270-363-2235.
Is it I should know that. Is it Kyle Hawkins or Jeremiah Hawkins?
Jeremiah Hawkins, Kyle Abney.
Okay, okay. So, and you got Abney's on your team.
Yes.
So that's the reason they're still, because here's the thing. He's like, man, I can't stand this guy and the stuff he says, but he's coaching my
He's got my kid.
I'm stuck for a couple more years.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Tate's a senior. Now, Trey's didn't play this year. He's just focusing on football.
Okay.
But Trey's got a really bright future ahead of him in football, and Tate's going to, he doesn't know what field. He's not going to European women's literature, I guarantee you that. But Tate will be very successul whatever field of study he goes to.
Yes, he will. He's a great kid. That's a great family. Y'all got anybody hired yet at the football?
No.
Matt Briggins is going to be the offensive coordinator.
No, Matt Briggins is not. I'm about coached out.
I'm telling you.
I think there's some people that talk to and different things, and so we'll see. It's
Brad Payne needs a job.
Yeah, I heard that.
Show clause.
You have a show clause with the KCAA?
I don't. You'll have to ask. I mean,
Depends on who you talk to.
Yeah.
We need to go coach college somewhere.
I'd love it. I'd love it.
I'd like to, when I retire, take a place like a brush or
Small
something.
college job somewhere.
That would be neat.
Yeah.
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 But, I wouldn't want to do it until I retired, but yeah.
You'd have to. It's a grind.
Or,
there.
maybe this could just take off and we get a job at Newsmax.
Oh, easy now.
You think we get one at CNN?
No, you couldn't.
I say stupid shit. I say stupid stuff all the time. I mean, and I still hadn't gotten hired, so
Wow.
that's all you got to say.
Wow. Let me get to the Candy Dairy Queen list.
Talking about contracts, though, when is our contract up?
I think it's infinite. It's lifetime until
I need
they
to
have to buy us
renegotiate
out.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, but you cannot have Cindy set in on the negotiations.
She is she's doing
Yeah, she can't be your lawyer.
She would have me a truckload of Diet Pepsis in this place.
She did tell me a funny story about one of the Diet Pepsi she gave you.
Oh, really?
Oh, what happened?
I'm
there?
not gonna,
That she-
I told
that
her
she
I
dropped
would.
it?
No, I would not repeat it on air, but
One that she gave me as she was coming over there to bring it to me, she dropped it and it rolled for a while.
did it explode
And
on you?
I knew that it did,
So you did a
and so I
slow
gave it
open.
some. Yeah, I gave it a slow roll.
Well, let's get to our Canty Dairy Queen list.
man.
It's not any Dairy Queen. It's Canty Dairy Queen, New Hartford Road, right out there by Ohio County High School. I thought maybe with the roads out there to Ohio County, he couldn't go eat up. He would lose a little weight, but evidently it's his home cooking is
You're
doing it.
stuck in there. What are you going to do?
You'll get on trampoline.
Work out.
Trampoline.
Trampoline.
I don't have a trampoline. I heard
There's your
Lionel's trampoline's frozen over.
I
so
bet it
he's
is.
all tore up.
I bet it's like jumping on concrete.
He must have been on it because they did beat Muhlenberg for you and send you to the regional
Listen.
tournament.
Yes, and I was rooting for McLean County. I'm not going to lie about it. I mean,
Absolutely.
If it had been the other way around, that Muhlenberg had
Could
to
you have
win
done it?
and you'd have gone to the regional tournament, would you have showed up in a Muhlenberg shirt and cheered for him?
Is it tough? It's
I
tough.
don't
That would be
know.
like me rooting for Meade.
Well,
I don't think I could.
Breck and Meade had the Breck Meade party today. Meade on the one on the boys' side. Breck clinched the one seat on the girls' side.
Yep.
And I got family from Muhlenberg County, and my family is. I mean, my dad was born in Muhlenberg County.
So you were excommunicated.
No. They moved to Owensboro when he was younger. I can't stand Muhlenberg County.
There's a whole section of fans. He just,
I
will
don't
no
care.
longer
I
watch
mean,
the show.
They know I don't like them. They don't like me. So I mean, it's perfect. It's a perfect marriage.
I will say, you go to Muhlenberg on Tuesday, right?
Ooh.
So listen,
I have to take some Benadryl before I go. As I usually break out in a rash.
for the student section out there. I mean, you could have some weight chance or whatever. He talked about putting. I mean,
they can talk about my
make him
weight.
feel good about himself.
This stuff don't bother me.
I don't want to say that there's an enjoyment process, but I have always said this, that if someone takes time out of their day, their life, to try to humiliate or talk about you, you're the one doing stuff right.
Well, I will say there was one, and I'm not going to give names. There was one at the Catholic High game, and I will say this: Steve was jokingly on Live at 5, or I think it was on a Wesleyan broadcast, said he'd like to see y'all cage match, and I'm like, Brad don't want no part of that.
No. I don't. I'm not in it for fighting. If you want to get into a war of words,
You would never fight anybody.
I'm pretty. Oh yeah, I would. In a heartbeat. There's a few.
Would you fight me?
I don't want to.
That would be.
If I absolutely had to fight, but I have no reason to fight.
I have no reason to fight you either.
How about a
I've
beyond
got
the
some
bench?
reasons to fight some people.
How
around
about
here.
a beyond the bench charity boxing match between you and Briggs?
No, I want to fight somebody that I want to fight.
Okay, I got you.
I couldn't.
Administrators, just throwing it out there.
There's some people out there that I'd love to
Let's get to the Candy Dairy
kick in their
Queen
freaking
list.
teeth.
And,
Oh,
I took this off of Live at 5. We were just looking for stuff to talk about when there's no sports there. So we had done the best football nicknames.
Yeah.
Had to be football players.
You all did?
We
Nah,
did.
That's not what I put. I thought
No,
it
no,
was
no,
the
we
best
did. No, no,
European
no.
literature books.
Oh,
It is?
It is. But-
Go ahead.
No, but yeah, can you name one?
No.
Okay, but I will say we had we had stuff like Sweetness on there and Ed
Yeah.
Tall Jones and
Yep.
that kind of stuff. I just threw out there. We were looking. I really wanted to name the worst officials of the third region and the best officials. You guys wouldn't do it. I understand why Matt wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know why you just didn't air all your dirty laundry right here on Beyond the Bench.
Hey.
you like them too much.
I do.
They were even kind to you.
They were. Listen. Wait, that's for another day.
There it is. Okay. But
I
let's
will
get-
say this before when this whole thing is over at Davis County, when this season is over,
that'll be a can't miss Beyond the Bench.
we're going to have a
I
beyond.
don't know if I'll be on
Yeah,
that.
you may need to go to the safe house on that one, and I may need to get
Season's over with. The season's over with. I will be in the safe house probably when the season's over.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that, and we got the podium to do. We got the platform to do it.
So we talked about, and this is probably good for all of us in church today, talking about the fruit of the spirits.
Mm-hmm.
You know what those are? Love, patience. And it really hit me. I don't have very many of them. Have you thought about that?
I have not. Really going sideways from what you just now talked about. Have you all seen that Snow Angel Challenge?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not going to do it. I pray to have a heart attack.
Tell you this, I started it
Did you really?
years and years and years ago before social media even. You remember when Jerry Smith hit a 3 to win the game at Marquette against Tom Crean, Patino coaching him? So with one of my very best friends that I've ever had, Jason Kincaid, who's now the AD at Grayson County, and don't hold it against him because he's from there. He's not from there. He's from Brett County. He can't help where he works. And
you guys are just throwing counties under the bus here in the third region.
Listen, that whole Grayson County, Sports Center, you get him all fired up on all that
I
stuff.
will say this. Covington Holy Cross could shoot in the Sports Center.
Yeah.
I'll give them that.
It didn't take them long, did
Yeah,
it?
no.
So we're sitting there watching the game, just he and I, and I'm sure I was probably not drinking Diet Pepsi. Said, if we come back and win this game, Jason, it had snowed a bunch. I am going outside in my front yard, and this snow angel was done without clothes.
Ooh, any.
None. And Jerry Smith hit it. I flew out the door, and the rest is history. I started it all.
Snow Angel Challenge started it all.
The Naked Snow Angel Challenge.
Yeah, there you go. It's all because of Brad Payne.
Now, I want everybody to take a deep breath and envision that. There you go. Jerry Smith, Marquette.
Once again, you are glad you grew up and were young, or in some of those.
Thank God
some
there
of
wasn't.
I remember
there's
that
not
game.
cameras all over in your pocket every day, or that would be on film somewhere on the internet.
Because obviously, if you look at the years and all that stuff, I was in coaching at that point. Talking about a suspension there, boys. I don't know what damn bylaw that is, but that would have really,
Oh man, bylaw 4.
yeah,
Oh my god.
that would have really broke some rules.
That would have broke some rules. Let's get to your guys' top 5
Top three,
best,
right?
top 3, top 5, whatever
Yeah.
you want, whatever you have. Best player nicknames.
I mixed it up.
And this is any sport you want.
Yeah, I mixed it up. I went 3 different sports
Okay.
on it. Really and these weren't people that I necessarily loved necessarily watching, but it ended up being kind of on the same path. But I loved the nickname Megatron.
That was my number 1 football of all time.
Really?
Megatron.
I love that.
I had him as the number 1.
Just so powerful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it fit him perfect.
It did, and it was an age where, the Autobots and the Transformers were big.
Hey, by the way, you know how much I get on the non-believable, I love Transformers.
Do you really?
I don't now. but like when I was a kid, I loved it.
Oh, I thought
did
the
you?
movie because of Megan
No, one of my
Fox.
favorite toys of all time was that purple one. It wasn't Optimus Prime because he was a different color. Anyway, I don't know, but it lit up and it had that LED before LED lights were, and I still remember getting that toy. And man,
Who knows? Brad Payne, a Transformer fan. Did you like the movies at all? Did you watch them?
never watched them.
Can't watch them.
Watch the was Megan Fox in that?
Yeah,
She was in the
great
first one.
that
I mean, she,
Missed out on that.
I mean, it was worth watching just
So there
for
you
her
say.
parts.
Yeah.
Let's get to your favorite. Your favorite, or you think it doesn't be your favorite. I think it had to be the best.
Well, I like the bus, Jerome Bettis.
I like
That's a
that
good
too.
one. I
Yeah,
like
it's just-
that
I
one.
mean, talking about fitting. I mean,
And
how
it was so
could
fitting
that be? You know,
for
and
him.
he really embraced it, and he was a fun running back to watch. And you know the crazy thing is those big physical running backs. Besides Derrick Henry, they're kind of a thing of the past, really, if you think about it. So
Him and Ironhead Hayward, was another big running back like that. And while you talked about Jerome Bettis and running back, big prayers out there to Coach Holtz and his family as, he's fighting through hospice right now.
Yep.
He's a huge Coach Holtz guy, so we're keeping you in your prayers. And let's get to your number two.
This was a group of guys, and this is so great. I wish somebody else could be named this in Louisville, but the Doctors of Dunk.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
When you look at team that we were talking about team nicknames, and then maybe that's what Steve and I were doing. We were doing we did it in football, but we also did some team nicknames.
Yeah.
Where we
Iron Curtain.
Doctor, Iron, the Iron, the Steel Curtain. Iron Curtain was Russia. You're on the wrong
number one.
You're out there in the wrong. You're in the Cold War out there. But Doctors of Dunk in the 19 like that. Growing up like a UK fan. And you got to remember, 80 to 85, I am 7 to 12 years old.
Yeah.
That's kind of where you fall in love with your sports teams
it.
heavily. And the Doctors of Dunk was a team, and in Louisville in general, on that press of Denny Crum, it was something to behold, and it was something to fear.
That was so fun. And you can get lost in YouTube going to those, and game after game, somebody has posted their games. And you remember them as a kid, but now you know the game a little bit and watching them, and man, Crum, he was coaching circles around people, man.
That 83 team, when they beat Kentucky in the Elite Eight in the game of the century, still, I could never cheer for Louisville because of that game with Rodney McCray, Scooter McCray, Milt Wagner.
It's a great game.
It was a great game.
The first dream game, right?
They hadn't played in forever and ever. And they met in the NCAA tournament. How about your number two favorite, player's nickname?
Pistol Pete.
That's a good one.
I like Pistol Pete, and I was a big Pete Maravich fan. And
it's in the movie that they had made him when he was growing up.
Yes, I watched.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie, and and then he really changed his life around. He had kind of a tough life, and got into drugs and alcohol, and then found Jesus and changed his life around. Died from a heart
while he was playing, wasn't
he?
Shooting free
on
throws.
the floor. Yeah, died from a heart condition that he had his whole life, and so.
I didn't know he had those problems.
Yeah, just a remarkable story. Yeah, he really struggled with that, and that's the type of kid the guy that put everything he had into sports, and that was what he was known for. And those guys, they have some issues because it's
there's no balance.
No, there's no. If you look at Tiger Woods and some of that issues, it's very difficult. And
could he play in today's game?
Oh, absolutely.
I would say
he has more chance of playing this game than most people.
I think you talk about. I think if I would say if there was one guy ever born in the wrong era for him to play in, it was absolutely him. I think he would be
even better.
He would not just that. When he was an unbelievable NBA player too. When he went to the Celtics, he had the knee injury.
Yeah.
Where I probably a torn ACL. We just didn't know what torn ACL was back there.
He drafted with the Jazz, then went to the Celtics.
But when he tore his knee, I think if you put Pistol Pete, you have his ability. If Pistol Pete was born in 2003,
yeah,
and he's in the NBA, I think he'd be $100 million man. I think he would be a bigger star in today's world than Jordan and LeBron, because that game that he played and that flair that he played with,
I agree,
would be it would blow up to a level.
And it wasn't just the behind the back passes and the ball handling stuff. The guy could legitimately score from all three levels.
I mean, then you talk about 3-point line. I mean,
that's
yeah.
And I'll say all three levels, really 2 levels. But
and my dad talked about he went out. Not only did he develop that, but because they would double team him so much, he actually developed a double pump jump shot from 20 feet, so he could fake people out because
That's
they're
wild.
literally playing like two on. They'll put two guys on him.
Yeah.
The most amazing stat. I don't know if it won't be broken. Not his overall scoring record, but I think if I'm right on this, and just going off the top of my head, in the NCAA basketball, 13 times in his NCAA career, he outscored the opposing team.
Oh, wow.
13 times. I could be wrong. I remember that stat off the top of my head. I think that's right. That's a record that will never be broken.
Well, no, I can't. I think David Robinson did that like a couple of times at Navy. Of course, their schedule was pathetic.
Right. He also still put 50 out against UK, though.
He did by himself. That team was terrible.
Like me and you playing guard.
Yeah. All you had to do is get your feet set, stay behind the line there.
There you go. But well, we kind of gave it away, but you're
yeah,
number
'cause
one.
Iron Mike.
Oh, okay. No, that's okay.
Yeah.
Iron Mike.
Yeah,
That's
Iron
very
Mike it just was so intimidating. It was more him than anything. But like to me, Iron Mike, that was him.
Yes.
Like just a real dense piece of iron that you could not do anything with.
For people our age that missed it when he came up as a young 14-year-old and won the title at 19, and from 19 to whenever he got,
Watch the YouTubes
right. I mean, like.
as he's working his way up, like you're talking about.
Just the aura that guy had
He
will never
destroyed
be.
people.
It will never be topped.
No,
He destroyed
he
people.
did, and I remember like we get the pay-per-views. I remember a couple times we didn't get the pay-per-views. It was so expensive, and we listened to it, and it was over with. Like,
Yeah.
that's why nobody got the
One of
pay-per-views.
the great was Michael Spinks. There was at that time it broke every pay-per-view, and it lasted 91 seconds.
But it lasted an hour and a half because neither one of them would come out.
right,
At
they
the
wouldn't be
beginning.
the first. I would get to be last.
Spinks said that the champion comes out last or whatever, and Iron Mike was like, "Yeah, that's right. I'm going out last." and then finally they got it settled.
Well, not only that, too, boxing was so much bigger back then.
Yes.
But I
Now
mean,
you
the
got
aura
even- you had some different belts back then.
You
But
had
now
3 back then. Now you got 15.
Now you got 15,000 belts.
Well, you got
I mean,
Logan Paul.
yeah.
He's terrible. Guy's jaw broke.
Yes, he did. He was lit up the
Still made a bunch
national
of money, though.
championship
See
game.
the guy that got his hairpiece knocked
He
off?
got hit
Yes.
so hard his hairpiece.
Like, think about knocking your head off. That is like,
That's insane, isn't it?
yeah, I love it.
Let's get to your favorite one.
It is boring, and I know it, but I was gonna do a funny one, but I thought it was inappropriate for this radio.
Yeah.
I mean,
What?
you guys do that all the time, but
Trying
that's
to
all
keep
right.
it civil.
Mm-hmm.
Air Jordan. I mean, if
is.
you look at all the,
I knew you'd do that. That's why I didn't do
if
mine.
you look at all the just the financial, just the marketing genius that took place with Air Jordan. I mean, I'd get the new Air Jordans every year. Everybody wanted a pair of Jordans.
Yes.
And it's just that nickname, that persona, and then, just the amount of money that Nike made on
Unbelievable.
him.
Well, the amount
and
of
how
money
much
he made,
has
too.
made
It changed
with Nike.
everything.
It did. It changed the whole shoe industry.
Have you watched the movie?
Yes.
That's a great movie
It
when
is.
they went out, they were fighting for him and how they
I wonder how
signed
true
him.
it is with his mom. How involved? I know she was involved.
No, I think she was very involved.
I
in
just
a lot
wonder
of it.
because some of the thoughts and things that she said, I'm like, pretty smart.
Well, you know who else's
Yeah.
mom is very involved in contract negotiations is Lamar Jackson's mom. He didn't get an
100%.
agent.
She is his agent.
Yeah, well, I think he's got one now, I think. But he didn't have one for a long time, and she did all
Luka's
this
mom is
negotiating.
too.
Yeah.
Really? I really thought one of you guys would have Black Mamba because I thought that's a really classic.
It is one.
That's if you
But
do
it's not as
best.
famous, though. There's a lot of people, if you ask them who the Black Mamba is, they're not going to know it.
You think so?
Yes.
Oh, come on.
Younger kids.
Young kids won't.
Really?
I know, we know what it is, but like Air
I
Jordan,
agree with
even
you.
younger kids know Air Jordan.
Yeah.
That's what I call my Durango.
Oh, Black Mamba.
Black Mamba.
That's a pretty good
I
one.
tell you what, I didn't like Kobe when he was playing, like when I was watching
Yeah.
him, because I thought he would try to copy Jordan. I was a Jordan fan. But now that I sit back and just look at stuff and watch stuff with Kobe, how remarkable he was.
He
and how
shot too
hard
much.
He did, but man, he worked so hard.
That was my thing, is that if you're going to hog the ball, the old saying of hogging the ball, you by God better outwork everybody, and he did.
Oh,
He was
yeah,
a
he did.
competitor.
No, I
too.
don't think anybody worked as hard as he did.
It was crazy. I saw where I thought it was a great post for by a parent. And it was a mom of a college women's basketball player, and she was talking about, I think it was talking about fans and things of being said and like supposedly hard work. And she was like, my daughter played, I think there's back-to-back games where she played combined around 2.5 minutes of playing time. But it talked about
Michigan.
But it was in Michigan.
Yep.
But she had spent this many hours in the gym, this many hours shooting the basketball, and that's what preparedness be's like. And I don't think people understand, especially I think good high school players don't understand what the amount of work put in at the college level.
No.
And I think good middle school players don't understand how much work you need to put at the high school level.
No, it takes,
like every level up is how much
it
those
takes
guys.
work. And I don't think people truly realize how much work and effort we put into this show.
No, they don't.
Agree.
No, they just think you guys show up and talk.
Kathy
it's close
does.
to that. Kathy does. Damn it, it's Cindy. Tell you what, we'll take another break when we come
We're
back.
going another break?
Yeah, we got
different.
No, we've only had one break.
God,
I got to get you guys Super Bowl predictions and some of your best, prop bets that you guys are going to have. It's Beyond the Bench, brought to you by the Green River Area Federal Credit Union, 1027 The Game.
We're going to watch CNN.
It's Beyond the Bench, 1027 The Game, brought to you by the Green River Area Federal Credit Union. Vic Evans with the 2 stars of the shows. Yeah, you got to watch that. You got to be careful there. But I will say, he does have. We have come up with y'all next week's list because of Matt Briggins, and we'll save that for next week because it ought to be a great Canty Dairy Queen list next week. And but hey, it is. You guys won't be back until after the Super Bowl next week, so we do have to at least talk about. You got the Seahawks taking on the Patriots. Is Drake May hurt? He hadn't been. I love the way the idea is like, hey, is Drake May hurt? Did he throw this week? Well, I mean, he was limited. He didn't. Well, did he throw half the time? Hey, if he doesn't throw full time, he has to be limited on the thing. Like, it was the dumbest thing. Like, it's definitely coach speak.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
I think so too.
I think he's hurt. What's the line? I haven't
4.5.
4.5. Is there any way that
what you got? What do you think?
I mean, I don't know.
I think the Seahawks are it's going to be like a 13, 16-point game, and there may be a touchdown near the end to make it single digits, but they're
the best team in football.
They are
top to bottom.
Their defense is really the Patriots can't they can't defend as well, and their offense isn't as good.
Now,
so, like you could get in one of those things where Patriots defense is just good enough. Like going into the Broncos, they were like, doesn't matter whether Nix is playing or not, they'll just outscore them because their offense is just good enough to do it. Well, they can't outscore the Seahawks, and they can't out defend them either. They can't hold them.
I think Darnold's going to choke.
That wouldn't surprise me, but I mean, because of May, I mean, like, why would he choke? It won't be the Patriots' schemes or anything like that. And
he's had games where he's turned it over. I will say that.
Games in the playoffs last year with the Minnesota, I thought he played really bad.
Talking about a team that hasn't beaten anybody.
The Patriots?
Yes.
No,
I want to say one thing. If I wanted the Patriots to win, I only want to see him win because I want to see if Mike Vrabel will do what he said he would do in that podcast.
Yeah, that's right. He's got to cut off
an appendage.
Does he really?
He said in the podcast if you ever won a Super Bowl, he would cut off an appendage. Or he would cut an appendage off for a Super Bowl ring.
Would you for a regional championship?
Heck no.
State title?
No.
Hey, your age now. I mean, you might as well. I mean, there you go. I've got to ask you: is it going to be heads or tails?
It's always heads.
I'll go tails. It's not different.
Who's the MVP?
It will be Darnold. And the comeback story is complete.
I think it's got to be Darnold. I mean, and just to make Stephen A. Turner even sicker.
I hope it is Sam Darnold. I hope that the Seahawks do win, but I hate the Patriots because I grew up a Colts fan.
I do too.
I hate them.
Just this whole Super Bowl sucks,
It
man.
sucks.
Can I ask you?
Like the NFL this year, to be honest with you. I didn't enjoy it.
Here's my question for you because I got to ask you. Bill Belichick not making the Hall of Fame on a first ballot. I mean,
They're just jealous of his girlfriend.
Well, and they broke up.
They broke up.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she broke up with him. She got her Netflix show and broke up with him.
Good for her.
Hey,
hold on. They both got what they wanted out of that whole deal.
Everybody's happy.
I will say
maybe he'll start coaching a little better.
I did say this. I did see
out your life. You can coach a lot better.
I did see where she's throwing like some big, massive party on the day of the enshrinement of the and maybe throwing it at Canton. Like,
oh my Lord!
Yes, I heard that she's going to throw this massive party at Canton or somewhere around there to stick a thumb.
I didn't even know who broke up with who.
I think it was to stick his thumb at the NFL. Like he was not.
Okay.
No, it was because he didn't get in there. She's like going to try to steal the thunder of.
So maybe this was an amicable breakup.
What are they saying? Did she break up with him?
I don't know. I don't even know how much.
I don't even think it was
TMZ. When was it?
It was just this week, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I saw it on social media, which it's everything on social media.
It's got to be true.
It may have been fake. They still may be together. I don't know.
It also said social media Steve Kerr was fired, and I found out that wasn't true. And I was excited.
Really?
I can't stand Steve Kerr.
You don't like Steve Kerr?
Wonder why.
Oh, God, no. I don't like Steve Kerr. Are you kidding me? I would like to fight Steve Kerr. Bring him here.
Hey, big shout out.
I was a Bulls fan.
Big shout out to Heritage Hill's own Trent Sisley hitting a big shot against UCLA.
He has put Mick Cronin in a complete depression mode.
Oh,
that
he's
dude
been
is
a
bitter.
meltdown. That dude's on a complete meltdown.
Yes.
He did put him on 24-hour watch.
Yes.
Hey, it's been Beyond the Bench, 1027 The Game.
6 p.m. for more Beyond the Bench. Your home for Third Region Sports is 1027 The Game.
Barbecue sauce.